Welcome to this edition of F4 US Championship Today. We're at the Omni Austin Hotel in South Park in Austin, Texas, home of the 2018 F4 Championship Awards Banquet. The banquet held immediately following the final races of the season at Circuit of the Americas, part of the Formula One US Grand Prix weekend. All the top teams, along with series officials and VIPs, enjoyed a social hour, followed by a sit-down dinner and then the presentation of the season-ending awards. A fitting culmination to the third season of F4 racing in the U.S., the best ever, by far.
I think you got to look at the momentum that we've really established, and it continues to grow. We just sold car 74 at the runoffs this week, so we're averaging 33, I believe, this year. That's the highest average car count of all the F4 series globally. So there is a really, really strong momentum.
The successful F4 US Championship on full display for tens of thousands of fans gathered at COTA for the US Grand Prix. And it certainly didn't disappoint. 30-plus car fields duked it out in close wheel-to-wheel racing. Champion Dakota Dickerson put an exclamation mark on his season, started on the pole in race 1 and beat back the field for 9 laps to take the win. The most watched battle on track for second and third in points, and it wasn't decided until the checkers fell on the final race. James Raven nearly lost his runner-up spot when he let Christian Rasmussen slip past him with 1 to go. Rasmussen remained third in points, but ended the year with the biggest win of his career.
It was amazing. Coming down the start-finish straight with all the F1 teams on the left and all the grandstands on the right, and then getting into the pit lane up on the F1 podium, and yeah, it was a great experience.
One group especially excited was the New Zealanders, Crosslink Kiwi Motorsport. Their drivers Joshua Carr and Jose Blanco finished in the top 5 in the weekend's second race. That's all they needed to hold off Jay Howard's driver development squad for the F4 US Team Championship.
Everyone that's involved in all the teams and all the drivers, thank you so much. And I thank Gary and Patrick for making this happen. It's been a truly outstanding year with all of our drivers. To have 6 cars, it's just a blessing.
The difference maker for Crosslink Kiwi, Pittsburgh. There, the team won all 3 races and swept the podium in the weekend's third event. 2 of those wins came from Australian Joshua Carr, whose late season surge earned him 4th place in the final championship standings.
Finally, I want to say a big thank you to my family. I know it has been tough years to let me live in the USA, but I want to thank you for the effort in the last 10 years. Without this, I couldn't be who I am today. What a year it has been. Let's hope for bigger and better things in the future.
As Carr leapt forward during the second half of the season, Global Racing Group's Benjamin Pedersen backpedaled. He won the first race of the year and then 2 of the first 6. He still held on to second place in points going into the next to last event at New Jersey, but then fell to 5th by season's end.
That's how it goes. Racing isn't always a perfect world. So within F4, we finished 5th in the championship, which isn't what we had wanted going into the season, but all in all, not crazy bad considering the amount of cars was in the series.
The good news for Benjamin, he already made the move up the driver development ladder into the F3 Americas Championship powered by Honda. He teamed with his Global Racing crew to finish 3rd in the F3 points and plans to run the full schedule in 2019.
F4 US Championship Today is being brought to you by Honda. The F4 United States Championship is powered by Honda and presented by Honda Performance Development. And by Speedcom Communications, for more than 20 years, the world leader in motorsports radio and communication systems. Find out more at speedcomracing.com. Go faster than you ever have. Bridge the gap between karts and open-wheel dreams. Discover your inner champion. SCCA Pro Racing continues its long history of developing great drivers with the new F4 United States Championship. Join us on this epic journey, redefining racing. The driver eradicates entry barriers to become a seasoned pro, affordable and straightforward. This is where you belong. Welcome to the F4 United States Championship, sanctioned by SCCA Pro Racing.
Jay Howard and his driver development team can be very proud of this young Dane, Christian Rasmussen.
Christian Rasmussen elated as he received his award for finishing 3rd in points. The impressive win at COTA, his 6th on the season, made him the winningest driver on the circuit, but his season definitely had its ups and downs.
We started off very good at VIR, winning 2 out of the 3 races, new lap record I think as well. Then we got on to Road Atlanta. I set the pole position, lap record as well. But then in the first race, I pushed it a bit too much into turn 1, got wide and straight into the wall. I think I hit the wall with like 100 miles an hour.
That crash ruined his chances of success in Atlanta, but at Mid-Ohio, Christian back to his winning ways. He finished second in race 1 behind season champ Dakota Dickerson, then battled Dickerson to win races 2 and 3.
I definitely learned a lot racing Dickerson at Dakota. He races very, very good, very fair. He races hard, but still fair. So I had a great time challenging him, trying to challenge him for the championship.
Unfortunately for the Dane, lackluster performances at Pittsburgh and New Jersey took him out of the championship hunt. This allowed a young British driver named James Raven to grab second in points. It seems wherever Rasmussen slipped, Raven excelled.
I'd say it was Atlanta, the second round, where I got the first and 2 seconds, and really that was the start of the championship kind of battle. I needed a good round to come back from Virginia, which was such a nightmare, only scoring 10 points, and then to go to the next round and score 60 plus points, to go from 9th in the championship or 10th to 3rd was brilliant.
James Raven ended the season with 7 podium finishes, including his inaugural win in Atlanta. He says his decision to come race in the US was definitely the right move.
In Europe, you don't really get the same opportunities. It's very few and far between unless you've got the cash and the know-how. Here at least you get prize money, which is a big thing, and there's the markets here are a lot bigger. The opportunities are so much more, and that's what America's about.
And howdy everybody.
Certainly no one did a better job of taking advantage of opportunity this year more than San Diego native and 2018 F4 US champion Dakota Dickerson. He and his team celebrated at the Banquet in brand new Stetsons.
Last but not least, the boys with the rest of the cowboy hats in the back. Thank you guys so much. It's been a fantastic year to say the least, and I'd love to take credit for what's happened this year, but it goes to those guys in the back right there. It's truly wonderful working with a group of guys that want to win just as bad as I do, and that's really hard to say in racing.
The F4 US Championship consistently boasted fields of 30-plus cars, which makes Dickerson's season even more remarkable. He finished on the podium in 11 of 17 races and grabbed 4 wins. That first win, though, very elusive, not coming until the 7th race of the season.
We were definitely looking for a championship, but obviously running with DC Autosport with Cape Motorsports, the expectation is wins, right? So, we were looking for wins out of the get-go. There might have been a couple opportunities early in the season to get those wins, but ultimately Mid-Ohio was our first one. That was such a relief off all of our shoulders because we knew we had the pace to win the entire season. So it was finally nice to get that. And then at New Jersey, everything just kind of clicked.
Dakota dominated at New Jersey. He grabbed 2 wins and then a podium, which sealed the deal on the championship.
Yeah, it feels amazing, man. I can't believe it. The guys put in so much work. We've worked so hard for this all season, always been up front, and to be able to secure it with 2 wins this weekend is just unbelievable.
At the Banquet, the new champ received a long list of prizes, including a 1-year lease on a Ligier F3 chassis and an F3 engine from Honda. So Dakota's now set to take the next step in his racing career. For all the competitors in this series moving forward inside the race car and out, it's key. And that's what the F4 US Championship is all about. Before we go, a tip of the cap to the remainder of the top 10 in points. Behind Dickerson, Raven, Rasmussen, Carr, and Pedersen, another Crosslink Kiwi driver, Jose Blanco in 6th. In 7th, Jay Howard standout Teddy Wilson, followed by Austin Kazuba, Arthur Laced, and Ken Vaccaro. Thanks for watching F4 US Championship today, and our next episode we're going to take a look back at all the highlights of the 2018 season and share some big announcements and great expectations for 2019 as well. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Kyle Benjamin.